in my domain, got the whole crowd screaming out our name. It's a blowout, it's a hurricane, it's over before you know it. While you shaking, we're a dynasty in the making. We're the royalty, now we're breaking down the enemy. Move over for the soldiers. Take a swing, I can take a hit. If we die, it's fine, we live for this. It's all for this. We're gonna stand on top with our hands in the sky. Gonna raise our cup to the stadium lights. For the glory, for the glory. We celebrate with the city tonight. Hear the hometown cheer, it's the ultimate high. For the glory, we do it for the glory.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here as we begin the portion of the season that I like to call the chase towards the chase for the championship. We are now getting set on the road to the playoffs, and we will only have 8 slots available for drivers to be able to try and race their way into the opportunity to compete for a championship. And up to this point already, only halfway through our regular season, those 8 playoff spots are currently taken by race winners. We've had 9 different race winners this season, and all of them are inside the top 30 in points. So right now, out of those 9 drivers, 8 drivers are currently in the playoff grid positions. Only time will tell if they'll remain there by the time the checker flag waves the regular season finale at M&M Super Speedway. Now, coming into this race, those 8 playoff drivers currently in the 8 slots would include O Pollard, who's the only 2-time winner this season, slotted in the number 1 seed. And the other 7 drivers that have 1 win this season include A Garcia, Patrick Curtis, Nathan Stapleton, Marty Czekala, Nick Johnson, the defending champion, Sky Commons, and PJ Williams. Tyler Deaver is the odd man out, former winner this season, that is currently outside of a playoff position. And if we have another driver go to victory lane here tonight, that could very well knock yet another former winner from this season outside of the top 8. We are getting set though tonight for the running of the North Carolina Education Lottery 200. It's our 10th race of the season for the second season of the TaxSlayer Truck Series, 40 laps on tap. We've already had an exciting race weekend here with All-Star Race Weekend for the Hershey's Cup Series, but now points are back on the line. Nicholas Raill, a 2-time winner last season, lines up on the pole position here tonight, trying to join teammate Ace Garcia as a Kyle Busch Motorsports winner this year. Alongside of him, PJ Williams, who comes into this race 8th of the 9 drivers that have a win this season so far. If he gets another win here tonight, he would join O Pollard as a 2-time winner and tie for the number 1 seed when the playoffs begin if he remains in the top 30 in the points. Let's go down trackside, get those most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
And as the command is given, and the Chevy Silverado pace car will lead these drivers around for their pace lap, let's give you your top 10 in the point standings coming into this race, presented by Golden Corral. Angel Olvera heads into the second half of the regular season as the points leader, 4 points in hand over our Daytona winner Ace Garcia. Patrick Curtis is 3rd in the standings with Nathan Stapleton in 4th, and Harrison Ponder currently sits in 5th. Marty Czekala 6th, Melody Baker in 7th, 8th place Paul Minnick, 9th is Nick Johnson after his win to finish out the first half of the regular season back in Richmond, and Sky Commons completes the top 10. 6 former winners are inside the top 10 in points coming to this race, where the other former winners are O Pollard 13th in the standings, PJ Williams 27th, and Tyler Deaver right on the precipice, 29th in points. He needs to remain in the top 30 in standings for his win at Dover to count towards a playoff spot, so we'll keep an eye on him during the course of this evening. Of course, PJ Williams with good starting track position here tonight, rolling off on the outside of the front row. TaxSlayer Truck Series has only been here to Charlotte one other time, that of course was last year. And the former winner is in this field, Isaac Nicholls, the number 29 Ford F-Series out of Cody Smart Motorsports. We'll see if he can go 2 for 2 in his starts here at this 1.5 miles, but it's time to go racing. The chase for the chase for the TaxSlayer Truck Series Championship begins. Green flag is in the air at Charlotte. Let's roll. N Raill for the moment has the lead, but opens up the inside line down the back straightaway. Here comes E Barber in the 33. 3 wide there. That's PJ Williams putting A Olvera in the middle. Brandon Joy down low. Ooh, careful here off turn 4, and there goes Minnick into the wall, and he saved it, but they wrecked further back. Caution's going to be out, and they're wrecking again. They're wrecking heading into turn 1. There was also a 2-truck wreck just at the start-finish line, but I believe the leaders crossed the line before that caution came out, so they are racing back to the yellow. I couldn't 100% tell who the cars were, or the trucks were there in the back. One looked like it could have been the 88 of Jonathan Zoerlein, but I'm not 100% certain, and we will find out in a moment as they come to the line, and E Barber will lead us under the first yellow of the evening. I was going to say before the incident happened, oh look out, we got a truck down in the apron there. That's the 01 of Jack Lagacy. Looks like everybody got around him okay as he was caught in that transition from the apron onto the racetrack. And there's A Garcia just up ahead there in the 51, second in the points, only to A Olvera. But I was going to say, these drivers here, hopefully they watched the All-Star race weekend, because 3 wide off turn 4 is a little sketchy, and apparently they didn't. Or if they did, they didn't learn anything. It's like only some right side damage, maybe some front end damage there on the 51. There you see Jonathan Zoerlein on pit road. Jack Lagacy now there. There's Paul Minnick, the first car that I saw get out of shape. A lot of other drivers on pit road there as well. The 90 of Z Winkle, the 23 of Andrew Miller. Also, I see, is that one of the Haas racing cars? I think that's the 8 of Matt Haas, but I'm not 100% sure. Looks like Austin LaPlante just behind there, the 53 of Michael Whitman. And we got some more drivers coming to pit road here. That is the 12 of Alexander Rowe, the 69 of Preston Plourd, I believe that's the 29 of Isaac Nicholls. Tristan Allen also on pit road, as well as the 62 of Henry Williams. I think that's the 29. Yeah, that was the 8 of Haas, and oh no, it's the 19 of Jake Smith, so it did not involve our former race winner, Isaac Nicholls. It was his teammate. So the caution is out. We had about 3 different wrecks take place from the span of turn 4 down to turn 1. E Barber's the race leader. Let's take a look and see what happened. Now this incident did not bring out the yellow, but we're going to look at this one first. And it looks like PJ Williams got the wall. I don't know if he got contact from behind, courtesy of M Czekala or not, but he came down into R Brommer, who then came down to the right rear quarter panel of Paul Minnick, turned him up the track, and look how Paul was able to keep that thing straight. You see further back there, that's A Garcia and Tristan Allen getting together. Let's go back and see what happens to them, and then we'll look further up where it looks like they tried going 4 wide through the tri-oval. So let's look here at the 51 of Garcia. This was closer towards the rear of the pack, and it's going to be Tristan Allen who gets the wall. Down to Ace Garcia, who then makes contact with Heather Gallant, and then right here, oh, boy, they had it saved, and then the 43 just ran the 51 out of room there, heading into the D-shaped turn there of this front straightaway. I don't know if that was in reaction to the 21 getting up into the wall further ahead or what, but Garcia had it saved, and then the 43 just came up and got him in the left front and shot him up the track into Tristan Allen. And then, let's see what happens further up here. I believe it starts with the 98 of LaPlante. Let's go back. This was coming out of that second crook of the front straightaway. Here you see it. And yeah, they were 4 wide, but I think that mostly this was in regards to the fact that everybody was trying to scatter to give room to the 21. And it just made a very unfortunate situation going down here into this area. 98 just kind of almost went straight up into Matt Haas. There's where M Czekala is going to get collected in the 18. Jake Smith there in the 19, and right there is a shot from Z Winkle, and then nowhere for the 23 of Andrew Miller to go. He got as low as he could. Further back there, you see Michael Whitman going down into the passenger side of Henry Williams, who then gets hit from behind by Jonathan Zoerlein. Preston Plourd there getting squeezed up into the wall by Jake Smith. Nice avoidance by a couple of drivers there going to the high side. Sky Commons, Alex Hawkins, Tyler Deaver. And then some trucks just came to a dead stop, it seemed, to try to get through. Melody Baker and Jake Moss. Now, we had another driver that was stuck on the apron. And that was the 0-1 of Jack Legacy. There he is, bottom of your screen. Let's see what it is that causes him to get stuck where he was. You see the 8 of Matt Haas there. Okay, it looks like nothing to do with this area. Might have been something further up with the 90 of Z Winkle and the 23 of Andrew Miller. Boy, close call there for Nathan Stapleton. He just barely got around the outside of Matt Haas, who also was stuck on the transition from the apron to the racetrack. Same for Miller, same for Winkle. Oh, and then you see right there the 0-1 of Legacy. He's trying to go down low instead of going up high because he already had Nathan Stapleton to his outside, and the car just stalled on him, and it stalled in one of the worst places for it to happen. So that's what happened to him. No damage for the 0-1. He just wrong place, wrong time for his truck to stall out on him, and it's going to cost him. So that's what puts out the caution here for the first time tonight. 3 different incidents in the span of maybe about 500 feet. Let's go back now for the green flag. Now only 5 laps in. Green flag will probably come back out on lap 7. We've not yet gotten the 1 lap to green mark, but we do have at least 4 drivers confirmed out of the race up at this point. They include the 21 of Paul Minnick, the 90 of Z Winkle, the 23 of Andrew Miller, and the 51 of Ace Garcia. So that's going to hurt the 51 in points. He came into this race the only driver really that looked like he was going to maybe challenge Angel Olvera to take the points lead into next week, and now he is out of this event. You see we have some drivers that are scored off the lead lap, including Jonathan Zoerlein, Austin LaPlante, Michael Whitman, Matt Haas, and Jack Legacy. I believe all of them have continued. Haas is still on pit road, actually. Legacy is back out there. I believe LaPlante and Zoerlein, there they are, along with the 53 of Whitman. So they are all out there still, but they're off the lead lap. And you've got damaged goods back here in the form of Alexander Rowe and Preston Plourd, Henry Williams, Jake Smith, and Tristan Allen. Now Matt Haas leaving pit road. So looks like we will have at least 38 cars that will take the green flag here for this restart. 33 of them still on the lead lap. Let's give you as good a rundown of the field as we can. E Barber is currently the race leader. Nicholas Raill, the pole sitter, in second. Angel Olvera stands to be in good position points-wise if she finishes out this race, or if he finishes out this race. I don't know why I keep on wanting to call Angel Olvera a female. So he's going to restart in third. Brandon Joy in fourth, and Ryan Brommer will be fifth. Sixth place is going to be O Pollard. Patrick Curtis will be in seventh. 8th place, PJ Williams. Nick Johnson up there in 9th, and in the top 10 is Hillary Sanchez. 11th place, Sky Commons. Alex Hawkins in 12th. Tyler Deaver 13th. Harrison Ponder 14th. 15th is Marty Czekala. 16th place is going to be Easton Barber. Thinking of last season. It's going to be Melody Baker, rather. Jake Moss in 17th. Ryan Acosta will be 18th. 19th place will be Wyatt Walker, and completing your top 20, Isaac Nicholls. Go a little bit further down here is Michael Haas will restart 21st. 22nd will be Patrick Smith. 23rd, Heather Gallant. 24th, Ricky Cervantes with Nathan Stapleton. 25th. The rest of your top 30 are going to be Caitlin Sang, Tony Green, Joseph Romero, Alexander Rowe, and Preston Plourd. Tristan Allen, or Henry Williams, Jake Smith, and Tristan Allen, the last cars on the lead lap. So there's the full field rundown of the drivers on the lead lap. Green flag back in the air here on lap number 7. And that whole inside line did not get going. That's going to stack up the field quite a good bit, you have to think. Top 7, it looks like, have gotten around the slower machines. Now the top 9. And now they're boxed in further back there. Nick Johnson, the 41, got boxed in. Lost a couple of spots as a result. Best battle's going to go on. Looks like for the 4th position, Ryan Brommer is going to try and slip on by Brandon Joy for that spot. Patrick Curtis side by side with O Pollard, a couple of former winners this season. That's for 6th, and now Nicholas Raill. He wants the lead back here on the inside line of turn 1. Toyota versus Chevy. Inside line will probably prevail by the time they get down to turn 3. Top 9 have broken away from the rest of the field due to the slower lap traffic. We'll jump back and see about that second pack in just a moment, but we've got a good battle here for the lead. Nicholas Raill has the spot, but Ryan Brommer looks like he's ready to try and take his Ford F-Series to the front. Ooh, Nicholas Raill may have slipped up there, got a little loose, and that opened the door for the Goodyear Ford F-Series out of Srigley Motorsports. He's going to look for it as Ryan Brommer. Brandon Joy follows him, and now Joy's going to go for the lead as Ryan Brommer appeared to get a little tight going into 3. Who's going to lead this lap? Give it to the Castrol GTX Chevy Silverado of Brandon Joy. There's PJ Williams. He's currently in the 9th place. Then you go back here, and here's that second group of race cars. This is a battle for 10th place. Ryan Acosta had it. Now Wyatt Walker's got it. And now Isaac Nicholls trying to take the spot. And the guy that really paid the price on all of that was last time out's winner, Nick Johnson. There you see him now back here outside of the top 10. They're 3 wide in this group off turn 4. Ooh, careful. Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Stapleton, Johnson, Acosta, Walker, they were all bouncing off each other. It's a wonder they didn't wreck. 3 wide again now, still for the 10th position. Ooh, a little contact right there between Ricky Cervantes and Melody Baker. This is where a lot of the excitement's going on. They're still 3 wide through certain portions of this group. Nicholls going to get the wall. Wyatt Walker gets the wall. Turn 4 is a treacherous place here at Charlotte as we've got a new race leader, the 73 of Hillary Sanchez. Now Joshua Sekuli put that car in victory lane last year. I believe it was at Texas. But WF9 Motorsports looking for their first win of this season. I think I may have found a reason why we're seeing drivers having such difficulty going into 3, holding on to the race lead. I don't know if you noticed it, but it looks like the splitter is kind of bouncing off the racetrack for a number of these drivers. You see right there, it's kind of like the 73. It just kind of bogs down. And I think that's because that splitter is jumping off the racing surface. Got a fast Dodge Ram, though, as was able to take the lead there for a moment. PJ Williams was at the tail end of this group, has now fought up to the 6th position, trying to take 5th place on the outside line of Patrick Curtis, but I think Curtis is going to hang on to the spot. And Nicholas Raill back to the inside of Easton Barber. Nobody seems to be able to hang on to the lead, but the caution flag is out for the 2nd time here tonight, so we're racing back to the yellow. Is Nicholas Raill going to lead us back to this caution? Looks like it. Pinches Ryan Brommer down there, and they'll take this battle down to the start-finish line. Raill, by probably about half a truck length, will lead us under our 2nd caution of the evening. And I didn't see any smoke out of turn 4. I'm not seeing any smoke regardless, actually. And Joseph Romero may have been the reason for this yellow. Preston Plourd. Wow. The entire left front wheel well is completely gone off the KFC Ford. Something tells me that Romero may have spun and then got clobbered by Preston Plourd. We're going to have to look and see. Caution's out for the 2nd time tonight. Nicholas Raill is your leader. Let's take a look at a replay. Yeah, this was off turn 4, and this was the 2nd group of race cars that we were looking at before. And they had been 3 wide at several times, and it's a wonder they didn't bring out a caution sooner than this. But you see right there, Romero off turn 4 gets the wall. He gets a hit from Nathan Stapleton, and then I think Stapleton made contact with the 3 of Melody Baker, who then went down into Jack Lagasse, who then came up into Joseph Romero. That spins him around. Some pretty significant passenger side damage to Melody Baker as well. And then watch coming into view there is the 69 of Preston Plourd. Now watch right here. Romero's trying to save it, and it comes right up in front of P Plourd. Nowhere for the 69 to go. And as you saw, just completely ripped off the entire left front wheel well off of his KFC Ford. Man, I don't think they're going to be able to repair that. And I don't know how significant a hit that was to Joseph Romero. So we may have a couple more drivers head to the garage area here. Our second caution of the evening. Surprisingly, it really only involves maybe at the most 3 drivers, Baker, Romero, and Plourd. But it's our second yellow, and we'll wind them up and do it again here at Charlotte. So as the lights are out atop the pace truck, we'll go back green just before the halfway point. It'll be lap 19 of 40, which will give us 22 laps remaining in this race. Since we are not at 10 to go, all those lap machines you saw on the inside line on the last restart will be there again. LaPlante, Legacy, Haas, Zoerlein, and Whitman. A couple of drivers that will not make it to this restart, though, include P Plourd and Joseph Romero. They'll retire out of the race in 37th and 38th. And the defending champion, or the defending winner of this race 1 year ago, H Nicholls, is out of the race officially in the 36th position, an engine problem plaguing that driver. Some tough break there for Nicholls, former playoff contender last year. As a matter of fact, it was the win here at this very racetrack that got H Nicholls into the playoffs for last season's championship. So Nicholas Raill will restart the leader. Brandon Joy in second. Hillary Sanchez third. Fourth, Tony Green. Excuse me. Patrick Curtis in fifth. Rest of the top 10, O Pollard, Nick Johnson, Ryan Brommer, Jake Moss, and Angel Olvera. Some different varying strategies as everyone came to pit road under that caution. They should be good to go the rest of the way as the fuel window is about 22 to 24 laps as the green flag is back in the air. We saw before those lap machines break the field up into 2 groups. We'll have to see if that happens here again, or will everybody be able to maneuver their way around the slower traffic a little bit more orderly this time. Best battle is going to be for third for the moment. Tony Green to the inside of Hillary Sanchez. Brandon Joy, though, now on the back bumper of Nicholas Raill, trying to take the top position. And on the last restart, it was Nick Johnson that lost a ton of position due to the slower lap traffic. This time, I think he learned his lesson. He was able to clear most of the drivers pretty well. Battle between teammates. Tony Green's going to take the spot away from Nicholas Raill. Tony Green looking for his first win since the season opener of season 1 back at Daytona. Nicholas Raill way up the track. I don't know if he brushed the wall or not. If he didn't, it was awfully close. And much like we had on our last restart, the slower traffic has split the field up into 2 groups. We have the top 10 up here in this lead group, the last of them being the 27 of Ryan Acosta. Gonna have a battle here, maybe 3 wide. Nope, this is Jack Legacy in the 0-1 who is a lap down. I think he actually might be 2 laps down to the leaders. Yes, he is. So he is not a factor in winning this race currently, but he certainly could be a factor in who does win this race. So they're going to go 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Nick Johnson for the spot. Trying to go for 2 wins in a row as he tries to make it into the playoffs to defend his championship. But now Jake Moss to the inside line, and they're 3 wide, about 2 rows deep off this corner. I don't like this. Give room, guys. Ooh, that was close. Jake Moss going to lead that lap just barely. So here's the first group. And then here's the second group, which is slowly seeming to catch the first group. A little difficulty getting around the 8 of Matt Haas. Now they clear him. Wyatt Walker, Heather Gallant, Angel Olvera, Patrick Smith, Alex Hawkins all in this group. Easton Barber, who was out in front for a few laps here in this race. Oh, wow, Walker got the wall pretty good. Oh, so did Matt Haas. Sky Commons is also in this group, along with P.J. Williams. Olvera just trying to maintain a good finish here to hold on to the points lead as up front. Battle for the lead is on. Ryan Acosta now out in front. Got 2 Thor Sport cars up here, 2 KV Racing Enterprises cars, or KB Motorsports cars appears, I should say. You've got ML Motorsports with Patrick Curtis. You've got, Flying Aces Racing with Jake Moss. Gardner Qualls Motorsports with Brandon Joy. Wrigley Motorsports with Ryan Brommer, and Top Gun Racing with O Pollard, as well as the Dodge Ram out of WF9 Motorsports. And there goes Jake Moss up and into the wall with Ryan Acosta, and there's more. Oh, there's carnage. Acosta is flipping. Matt Haas is flipping, and here comes more. Tyler Deaver plows in. So too does Caitlin Sang, Rowe, Smith, Gallant, Ponder, Zoerlein. They're still plowing into the wreck. Stapleton was in it. I think Hawkins was in it. PJ Williams was involved. The heck is up with the 99? Was that like a glitch right there or something? That was weird. I don't know if that's a damage glitch or not, but it looked like the entire rear deck lid was up in the air. Let's see what happens when they cross this angle. Yeah, that must have been a glitch that I was seeing there. But a lot of drivers on pit road. Patrick Smith, I believe that's Stapleton behind him. Ryan Acosta just ahead. Tyler Deaver, Alex Hawkins, Matt Haas, who went for that barrel roll in the grass. And here come a number of drivers onto pit road. Williams, Czekala, Gallant, Moss, who was the start of the wreck. Henry Williams, Alexander Rowe, Caitlin Sang, Ponder, LaPlante, Zoerlein, and Michael Haas in the 28 was also involved. This isn't a restrictor plate track, but I think we can safely say the big one has happened here, and it was on lap 25. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened. Nicholas Raill is the current race leader. And this was up in the lead pack. Ryan Acosta is the one that's going to get the wall this time, and he gets hooked then by, I think that was H Sanchez, down into the right rear of Jake Moss, and it sends the 24 up into the wall. And you just kind of knew the way that the field was split up that something like this was probably going to happen. It's one of the toughest front straightaways to maneuver your way through a wreck. And here they all come. Points leader Angel Olvera was the one to start the plowing. There's Hawkins. There's Matt Haas. The 27 goes up and over. Almost landed back on all four wheels. And you see as the 8 catches the grass, he goes flipping and barrel rolling. Heather Gallant there. Patrick Smith. And then here comes the third group. And they're not going to slow down. Tyler Deaver right there. Caitlin Sang right there. There's Stapleton. There's Jake Smith. Couldn't tell who it was that clobbered the 92. There's Henry Williams. There's Alexander Rowe. Still can't tell. I think that might be Tristan Allen back there. Right there is where Michael Haas gets involved. Harrison Ponder, I think, got into the back of him. And then Jonathan Zoerlein going to run into the back of Harrison Ponder. Oh, no, it wasn't Tristan Allen. Who was that car back there that ran into Stapleton? I couldn't tell. Maybe it was the 62 of Henry Williams. Because Tristan Allen's back here. And I think he actually comes to a stop to avoid all of that. So he may have picked up about maybe 11, 12 spots with just coming to a stop and not plowing into this wreck. But wild, wild ride for Ryan Acosta and Matt Haas. The big one has struck on the front straightaway. Let's go back to green. Green flag will come back out here on lap 30 of 40, which gives us 11 laps remaining in this race. That said, the lap traffic still remains on the inside line, but a number of drivers out of the race due to this one. The field has shrunk exponentially. PJ Williams, Alexander Rowe, Alex Hawkins all out of the race, along with Jake Moss, Ryan Acosta, Angel Olvera, Heather Gallant, Patrick Smith, Tyler Deaver, Caitlin Sang, Michael Haas, Harrison Ponder, and Matt Haas. Looks like we're going to have a total of 22 drivers still running. with 17 of them on the lead lap. Top 10 as we get ready to go back green. Nicholas Raill still out in front, trying to go coast-to-coast pole to win. Brandon Joy behind him in second. Tony Green, Patrick Curtis, Nick Johnson the top 5. Then O Pollard, R Brommer, Hillary Sanchez, Easton Barber, and Sky Commons. That is your top 10. Getting ready for the green flag to come back out here. Green flag is back in the air. Now, if we have any other cautions come out, barring them being past the point where we would end up finishing the race under yellow, we would not have that slower lap traffic on the inside line. Speaking of inside line, Jack Legacy is up to speed. He has been up to speed this whole race because he only went 2 laps down because he got caught on the transition of the apron to the racetrack, and he opened up the door down low for Tony Green to be able to take the lead from his teammate. Like I said, Legacy will probably not win this race, but he could certainly be a factor into who is going to be the winner of this race. Patrick Curtis now going to take a look at the inside line. Boy, that was an awfully low entry into the corner, and he saw him slide up as a result, almost up into the middle groove. He's going to be able to keep it to the inside, though, of the Toyota Care Toyota Tundra, as Patrick Curtis looking for his second win of the season. Look who's right behind him. O Pollard looking for win number 3 on the year. Brandon Joy going to get the wall there just the least little bit with that 70, but still should be able to remain in the lead pack. Speaking of lead pack, they have pulled away again. That lap traffic has paid dividends for a lot of the front runners in this race on the last couple of restarts. Patrick Curtis, a former winner this season, if he goes to victory lane, he could maybe not only lock himself up a spot in the playoffs, but maybe even take the points lead. Only came in 25 points back from both A Olvera and Ace Garcia, and both those drivers are out of the race. Easton Barber, though, was out in front at one point during this race, out in front for a couple of times, and now is up here in this lead group, and now looking for the top spot. Here comes Nicholas Raill again, and also Sky Commons in the 99, looking for his second win of the season. Uh-oh. Austin LaPlante, I heard that idling engine up ahead. I don't know if he's going to be a factor in this race if we go green to the end or not. Now the battle for the lead is on. Nicholas Raill to the inside. Top 4 positions are a Ford, a Toyota, a Chevy, and a Dodge. So all 4 manufacturers represented up here in the top 4 positions. And then there's Nick Johnson, the defending champion and the last timeouts winner at Richmond, now in 5th. Drag race to the line. It's going to be between Commons and Raill. Give it to the 99. Jack Legacy right now is 1 lap down ahead of these leaders, and he's got a very fast machine. Imagine if he were on the lead lap, he probably would have a truck capable of winning this thing, and they are going to catch that 99 of LaPlante. Not only that, they may go 3 wide for the lead down here into 3. No, Nick Johnson not able to do it. Oh, look out! They caught the 98 at a horrible spot here out of turn 4. Inside line was held up, but now LaPlante up to the outside line. That's going to give Hillary Sanchez the race lead. 6 drivers in the inside line will move by. Now everybody else has to try and maneuver their way around LaPlante. Battle for the lead now is on. Nick Johnson to the inside, and I just noticed up ahead, another truck they may have to deal with before this race is over is the 92 of Nathan Stapleton. And as if this race remains green to the checkers. Now we've only got 6 trucks up in this lead pack. Sky Commons, Nicholas Raill, Patrick Curtis, and Easton Barber all trying to catch back up. They are going to catch Stapleton, and then I think there's another truck they're going to catch after that, Jonathan Zoerlein. Whoa, what a move there by Nick Johnson to cross lanes right in front of Brandon Joy. Hillary Sanchez got held up, though, as did Sky Commons, and now 4 trucks have broken away. Johnson, Joy, Pollard, and Green. Now they're going to catch Zoerlein. Catch him in a pretty good spot of the racetrack. They're going to be able to get by. It looks like no, O Pollard had a little bit of difficulty there. And now Nick Johnson trying to put Jack Legacy 2 laps down. Field is kind of spread out a bit here, which means somebody could maybe get a big run on the truck in front of them. Brandon Joy maybe in the catbird seat right now. Another slow truck up ahead. I think that's the 53 of Michael Whitman. They're going to catch him coming down here into turn 1. Let's see if they can make the clean enough pass on him Whitman holds up the outside line of Jack Lagacy, and look at the run Brandon Joy got going into turn 1. O Pollard and Tony Green trying to get to the inside of those machines as well. Pollard did, Green does as well, but not quite nearly as well as Brandon Joy did. This time by, it'll be the white flag. The veteran champion Nick Johnson, the rookie Brandon Joy. Who's going to lead when we get back to the line? White flag is out. We'll race back to the checkers no matter what. Nick Johnson comes into this race 9th in the points. Brandon Joy, on the other hand, 33rd in the standings. Who wants this win more? Down the back straightaway, Brandon Joy has closed the gap up. He's almost to the bumper of the 41. Will he be able to make a move going here into 3 and 4? He's looking. Will he move him out of the way? Almost he did, but he couldn't get to the inside. Nick Johnson goes back to back. The champ is here. Second win of the season and first here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. What was it I said about 2 weeks ago? Potential playoff contenders take notice. The champion wants his title back. Well, right there with that checkered flag, Nick Johnson may have very well just confirmed himself a spot in this season's playoffs in his attempt to be a back-to-back champion in the TaxSlayer Truck Series. He ended off the first half of the regular season with a checkered flag at Richmond. He starts off the chase towards the chase for the championship with a checkered flag here at Charlotte. So close for Brandon Joy to get his first win, but comes up short to maybe one of the best in the business. O Pollard will have to settle for a podium of 3rd. Tony Green brings it home in 4th with Hilary Sanchez in 5th. Patrick Curtis, Sky Comets, E Barber, Ryan Brommer, and pole sitter Nicholas Raill will complete your top 10. Rest of the drivers that finished on the lead lap were Wyatt Walker in 11th, 12th place Melody Baker, Ricky Cervantes in 13th, 14th Jake Smith, Tristan Allen 15th, Marty Czekala 16th, and 17th Henry Williams. We had 5 drivers finish off the lead lap. Jack Lagacy, talk about making a good thing out of a poor situation. It was behind the 8 ball early, but I mean, at least he finishes with a top 20 in 18th. Michael Whitman will be 19th with Jonathan Zoerlein in 20th. And then Nathan Stapleton and Austin LaPlante were the last 2 drivers to even finish the race, finishing 21st and 22nd. Everyone else finished out of the race during the course of, I believe it was 3 cautions. PJ Williams on down, Alexander Rowe, 2 of the most notables. Angel Olvera, who came in the points leader, finishes 28th, and Ace Garcia, who came into this race 4 points out of the points lead, second in the standings, 42nd, dead last is where he will finish. So I don't know for certain if Patrick Curtis, with his run here tonight of 6th, would have enough to take the points lead away from Angel Olvera. Curtis in 6th, Olvera in 28th. That's 22 points that Curtis made up on Olvera. He came in this race 25 points back, so even if he led a lap, he would be anywhere from 2 to 3 points behind Olvera in the standings heading into our next race. So at this point, I believe Angel Olvera still holds onto the points lead, but the margin is going to be very, very slim, it would appear. But that's going to do it here tonight from our race at Charlotte. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become a part of the crew today. We showed you your full finish results. These are your rookie point standings and your overall point standings. You will notice that now on the overall point standings for the remainder of the regular season, I will be highlighting in yellow the 8 drivers at this point in time after this race that would be in the 8 playoff positions should the postseason begin. Now we know that 2 of them would be O Pollard and Nick Johnson, who now have 2 trips to victory lane apiece. But we will see you guys next week, where we will have Trucks and Hershey's Cup Series action at Darlington Raceway. The lady in black ready to play her part into the chase for the championship. We got to finish out this race weekend here from Charlotte, though. Pizza Deck Series action is on its way, and then our longest race of the season, the Coca-Cola 600, for the Hershey's Cup Series drivers. You won't want to miss any of the action. It'll be coming your way very soon here, as you've been watching a production of History Offline Racing at its best.